Right. Over here. Don't get my son, you fucking bastards!
Don't like it too damn bad.
Oh man.
Well, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And this is going to be episode 182.
182, Nick.
We in the building.
Building.
So we appreciate y'all catching us yet another week.
Hell yeah.
I'm thankful that we could just make it here. I see we already got somebody on Instagram. Thank you for joining us.
Shout out.
We appreciate you. How was your week this week?
It wasn't too bad. We got like a lot. I don't remember. I was moving my aunt out of her apartment, not to get too personal.
Yeah.
I got to the end of the month, which I got about everything out.
Okay.
There might be a couple more things.
Okay.
Other than that, it's been pretty good. I want everybody to shout out to give prayers to my girlfriend Brittany Prendergrass. She's a little under the weather. Just pray that that she gets get her strength back. And that tested for the row. She don't have the row. Read my code word. And so
I'm glad to hear
from
that.
her. Yeah.
Glad to hear that. I'll definitely keep her in my prayers. Shout out.
And one more shout out. I want to shout out. I'm sorry.
No,
I want to shout out my cousin, Mike, who is actually graduating from UNCG today in Chapel Hill for his marriage. Thank you, bro. My family kind of smart.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but my family's smart.
He fell off the truck or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They gave me rods for breakfast.
Right. Hey, I'm the same way, man. I might be the dumbest one out the bunch. But yeah, man, that's what's up, man. They ain't working you too hard down there at the warehouse.
Nah, man. They ain't doing nothing. But how was your week? I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. My week was good, man. I can't complain. Went by actually kind of fast. So, it felt like, I think it was because the whole Versus effect.
Yeah,
I've been on that high.
I'm telling you.
Man, listen, I had to wear my old school vinyl shirt. If y'all can see that,
Yeah.
The vinyl. Because, we took it back to the old school, to the 80s with Kane and KRS. So, of course, we're going to get into that in a little while.
Man, I ain't going to lie. I was like, man, I cannot wait.
Right.
Right.
I've been busting at the scenes all week. I did a lost and thought about it like, shit, I just want to talk about it.
You can't talk to nobody about it. Like my girlfriend, she don't like, she don't like that type of stuff, and she don't understand. And I'll get that later. And then my mom, she can't,
Yeah.
And then, my coworker, they're like, oh, I like Snoop Dogg. I'm like, yeah, that's
right. That ain't nothing to do with this right now. That's the same thing in my situation. I ain't got nobody to really talk about this. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait till we get on this.
Yeah, I talk like random people and stuff like, you saw the Verses, right? They like, I was like a crackhead and shit.
Right.
You saw the Verses, right?
Right.
You just see it, right? Yeah, there was a couple people that was like older than me. I kind of hit that towards like, so they had that? Like, yeah, they had that. You see it.
Right. Man, we're going to save that for a little bit later. But yeah, man, other than that, my week was really good. Just anxious to get back to it, do what we do best. This is something we both love, just talking about hip hop. And y'all got to go back and check out the lyrical breakdown. You know, we do that every week. You know, Howie just did one, so y'all should go check that out.
Which I apologize because I stumbled and bumbled through that whole shit.
Oh
so,
man,
yeah,
it was so good, man.
Yeah,
it was good. Trust me.
Now you can say it sucked.
No, it didn't, man. Really,
Nigga, I'm saying it sucked. You can say it sucked.
Well, that's how you feel. I honestly didn't feel that way, but I feel you, man.
Yeah.
But you know, we do that every week, so you know, we got more coming. But yeah, so before we go too far, just want to acknowledge a couple of people that we lost. Attorney General Colin Powell, I believe he was the first Black Attorney General, and he passed away. I think he was in his 80s. Somewhere in his 80s.
He was 84.
80 something, yeah. And
she don't look bad.
Yeah, he didn't look that old.
Bad.
Also, we lost a Black actress named Dorothy Steele. She was, some of y'all might remember her from Black Panther. She played one of the elders in the Black Panther movie. The great thing about her, she had just decided to pursue her dream of acting at the age of 88. And she managed to make it into Black Panther. She died at the age of 95.
That's awesome.
So that she made it to a pretty good old age, and she got to live out her dreams before she passed. So I'm loving that, man, because she did a great job. Yeah. You know, her parts of the movie weren't very big, but they were effective. You know, you need those people who can really get those little bit roles, but get them with the perfect nuance. Yeah, all the perfect mannerisms. And anytime you saw her, man, she represented good. So I love that, man. So rest in peace to both of them. I guess we can go ahead and give them a moment of silence.
One real quick one.
Sure.
Just like I spoke with you, I don't know the gentleman's name. Actually, let me go and look that guy up. 23-year-old Black man.
Oh yeah.
Who passed away from the cops. He was sleeping. Mm-hmm. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, Howie was telling me about a young Black man that was recently killed by the cops. Only 23 years old, man, and was in his car asleep. And because he was in, you know, maybe in some way he wasn't supposed to be, you know, they rolled up on him, and instead of just telling him to go home, he ends up getting killed. You know, so that's crazy, man. The fact that we gotta lose another young Black life over something small, you know what I mean? I don't even have the words for that, man. I don't even have the words.
They got some stuff mixed up. I see they said there's Elijah McCain. This happened in 2019, but then they got a gentleman who is Isaiah Mitchell, who was missing.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out, because it was, I remember that's kind of like, you know, 23-year-old Black man killed.
Right.
It's like, so it's like, well, which one are you talking about?
Right. That could fit a lot of stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over the years, you know, I'm sure. It was sadly, you know what I mean?
But yeah, they're saying that okay, so it happened, and it happened last year.
Okay.
Well, in 2019, but I think they're finally trying to get
going to trial. And
yeah.
Stuff
I think that's what it is. But either way, we want to give condolence to the family.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely apologize for our condolences.
All right. Well, yeah, let's give them all a moment of silence. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. You know, that's something, man. It's hard for me to even want to talk about, man, because, you know, you always got to keep hearing about young Black people that's getting killed by the police. But, you know, I don't know. Call it a coincidence if you want, man. But it's too much of it going on.
Oh, definitely.
So, but yeah, so we have a question of the day for y'all that we want to share concerning the verses. Now we're going to get to KRS and Kane a little bit later, but our question of the day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll probably be the last of the show.
Yeah,
we got that to talk about. We got to talk about the Wu-Tang song.
Yeah, got a lot of stuff to throw out there, man. So we won't keep y'all too long. We try to keep it short, but you know, I kind of get the rambling, so I know I apologize in advance to y'all. But yeah, so the question of the day concerning the verses, what do you guys think is going to be the next epic rap verses? Because they can do R&B, of course, and stuff like that. We got reggae, but we had a couple of ideas. You know what I mean? So of course, I mentioned a few. I mentioned several weeks ago that I thought that LL and Busta Rhymes would be a great one. You know what I mean? Because Busta Rhymes is very anxious to do this, and I think LL is willing to do it, but I don't know if they just haven't crossed each other's path. But to me, that would be a great one because there's nobody who can really stand up to LL. There's nobody who can really stand up to Busta. They're both very similar.
They both came out just about around the same
Right.
time. I mean, Cool J's got more on Busta,
Right.
but he still came out. Now, as far as like Busta as a solo artist, I think he's a lot of people look at that like that what 96, so they're kind of looking at that. But yeah. So they're looking at that, but still, it's like he was still out around the 80s.
Yeah.
And the fact that Chuck D gave him his name.
Yeah, exactly. Busta's group Leaders of the New School came out around 91, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But then shortly after he went solo, like you said. But so I think it will still, if he does a versus, I think it would still be dope to go back to that if he goes up against somebody like LL because of LL's old school, status. So, if you go up against somebody newer, like let's say a Ludacris or somebody like that, you don't need to really go back to, Leaders of the New School. But it would still be dope, you know what I mean? But the other one we thought of, well, this is me mostly. I don't know I'm gonna see how Howie feels, but Run DMC as a group, 2-man group, ain't really too many 2-man groups out there that can go against them, in my opinion, except EPMD. I think that would be an epic versus for me. I would love to see it. Run DMC was out a little bit before them. Run DMC's first album dropped in 84. EPMD's first album dropped in 88. So they're about 4 years apart, but more so like 3 years because EPMD dropped their first song in 87, but they just didn't release their album until 88. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that. What do you think about those two?
Like I said, only thing I have a trouble with, it would work. I think on paper it would work. The only thing I think that EPMD, as far as like who they can bring out, who they can bring out, the guest appearances.
Man. Whoa.
Woo, they can bring the Woo out. They can bring Jay-Z out. Like they can bring like a lot of shit out. And even with Eric Sermon production.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was all over the place.
Yeah. So like I'm bringing the Lots back into it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Both of them could actually bring out Onyx because Run DMC brought out Onyx. But Eric Sermon also produced for them. He produced a song for them.
Yeah, so
he might have done more than one, but I know he done at least one. You know what I mean? So
like Run DMC, like they got their stuff too. I mean, obviously they could bring out 50. They could bring out 50. They could bring out who else could? You said Onyx.
Yeah, they can bring out. As far as old school, of course, if they really want to take it back to the old school,
they can bring out Curtis Blow.
Because he was like their mentor. He kind of helped them get in the game.
Stories in the city of fear.
Right. If they want to take it back to Crush Groove, they can bring out Sheila E. Have her do some stuff. Yeah. They can bring out the last of the Fat Boys, Cool Rock Ski. Bring him out. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice. I think just based on if it's not based on guest appearances, just based on catalogs for the older heads that know both of these groups, that would be good. Even if they don't do any guest appearances. Just their catalogs in general, for me, would be epic. What do you think about the LL and Busta Rhymes? You think that could work?
I think LL and Busta Rhymes would work because of the fact that they both play to they both have good features to people.
Oh yeah, their features are epic.
They're both and to be truthful, even though I would say Cool J did take some time off, both of them are still current artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
LL is making music right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They still current artists.
Yeah. LL just announced a few months ago that he was doing something with Q-Tip.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. like I said, they both have the now as far as like the lyric side and like the faster stuff, Busta got him on that.
Yeah.
But now and then Busta could do some stuff with the ladies. But that's the thing too. I think I think that's the thing. I think LL's got a little balance with the ladies. I think Busta's the perfect balance when it comes to that, because that's one thing that Cool J was talking about. Yeah, I go because he want before it was Kane, it was Cool J and KRS. People had that on the table, but Cool J was like, I don't want to just battle. Like I want to do love songs. I want to do, you know what I'm saying?
That would be a perfect person, because if he do his love songs, Busta got his.
Yeah.
Baby, can you give it to me? I give it to you.
Nah, bringing out Janet Jackson with the body whip.
Man, listen.
Man, that song was like, that was definitely a nasty song.
Yeah, but, LL could do that, doing it well,
big old butt.
All of that, yeah, man. So that would be a dope versus. Either one of those, for me, that would be mind blowing. So I'm anxious to hear that. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. We really want to see some feedback on that, because
and real quick, people talking about pushing. Oh, well, they need to do Missy versus Busta, and I think a lot of people are trying to do that because of the strength of the videos that they both had, like these crazy videos in the 90s.
Yeah, they did.
And
but that's not good enough. Like you said, to do the video just for the video's sake. Oh no.
I mean, Missy, now, let's be clear, Missy got some stuff in the catalog.
Right.
But, like, as far as, like, on the technical, lyrically, I'm not going to say, like, she's the best.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that. I don't think she's, like, top tier. She knows how to do stuff, and
right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, as far as, like, on the technicality side of it, Busta got that.
Yeah. And then, for me, I don't know if you remember, but this has been since like last year. I said that the perfect person to go up against Missy, even though they came out later than her, would be T Payne.
Oh,
because both of them have that singing thing. Both of them have the hip hop element. Both of them got the producing element. Both of them got guest appearance elements. Man, listen, that would be perfect, because neither one of them are like lyrical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you need a camera right there so it gets you in there.
Oh, my bad.
Dang, I'm speaking.
We got technicalities and difficulties.
Soldiers and everything. Yeah, just turn. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Trying to get myself in there.
Yeah.
All right. So either way, man. But yeah, we that was one thing I've been waiting on. I would love to see Missy versus T Payne, because T Payne got a catalog. He can hang with Missy, but she would probably still win, in my opinion. That's just because I favor her a little bit more. But I think he would be the best opponent for her. What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, I think I agree, because I think because he got the the melodies and all that stuff, and I like what T Payne's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, like since he's not the interviews and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, T Payne had talked about one time that they had a song with him, Usher, and Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And they were going to do it. Somebody fucked it up. I forgot. I didn't get a chance to really listen to the whole thing.
Probably Usher, dumbass.
Nah, it wasn't them two. It was something I think it was either a producer or production or somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
Dang.
And they didn't come out.
That would have been epic, man.
Dude, that came out then? Shit.
Man.
Shit. All you had to do was play that in the verse.
Shut the whole shit down.
Shut the shit down.
I would love to hear that, man. Yeah, man. All right, so that was our question of the day, as far as the verses. So y'all let us know about that.
Yeah.
We can jump into some birthdays real quick.
Yeah.
Give some people some shout outs real quick. So back on October 19th, we had my man Proswell from the Fugees.
All right.
Happy birthday to him. I think he's still in the legal troubles I was telling y'all about not too long ago. Little Dirk was on the 19th as well.
All right.
And also rest in peace on the 19th to Trouble T. Roy. Yeah, man. from Heavy D and the boys. Still sorely missed, man. And one last one on the 19th, my man Cool Keith from Ultramagnetics, man.
Housing things.
Yeah, man. That dude is he's a legend. I believe he's from the Bronx.
I think they're from the Bronx. Yeah, they Bronx.
On the 20th, we had ASAP Ferg. Yeah, man. Also on the 20th, Big Snoop Dogg. And so happy birthday to both of them. On the 25th, coming up, we got my man Speech from Arrested Development.
Okay.
We got The Alchemist also on the 25th.
Oh, boy.
Yes, sir. Yep. On the 26th, we got my man Schoolboy Q. And then also on the 26th, the Chief Rocker, Busy B.
Ball of the ball, the bang, the bang, diggity, ball of the ball, the bang, the bang, diggity. Oh, I did see him in KRS like live.
Yeah.
Like, back when they had Ziggy's.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, Busy.
I would love to go into that one.
Yeah, Busy was KRS's hype man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was dope. Dope.
Man. He stayed. Busy B stays pretty active on social media, so shout out to him.
Shout out Busy B.
He's always on the road, man. Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate him. He's he's commented on a couple of our posts before and stuff like that, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, let's give everybody.
Yeah, round of applause.
Yeah, now it's gonna sound shitty, but yeah, it's gonna sound real shitty because my speaker went out.
That's all right.
I should have got another. Yeah, I'm
better than none.
Yeah.
You got the volume a lot to go on now.
Man, look, man, this one little. Hold on. Let me hit it one more time.
That's a little bit better. All right.
Yeah, that's my $10 Walmart.
Happy birthday to everybody we had on the list. Let me mention some new music that just came out or is about to come out. So Moni Love did a song with Skyzoo.
Okay.
Yeah, called Divine. They released it about a week ago. I was like, yo, it's kind of a deep song, where they're kind of talking about people like their mothers and, that divine wisdom of your parents and stuff like that, grandmothers and stuff like that. So it's one of those, and it's a dope song, man. They both killed it. AZ is about to release a video for one of his new joints called Blow That Shit with Dave East from his new album. He said the video will be dropping Monday, I believe, so a couple of days from now. This one is epic. DMC from Run DMC did a song with Chuck D, Ice-T, and Jazzy Jeff called Me and My Microphone.
What?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a lot of legends on one song right there, man. Listen.
Man, DMC trying to get back on the block. Only thing missing like Kumo D, Kane, and Melly, man. Yeah.
Listen, I was like, yo, that's dope, man. So I've been, checking out stuff like that. I'm always trying to find out the newest songs. So that's epic for me right there. My man Paige Kennedy. He is an actor, but he can rap too. He's mostly known for acting. He did a song with Method Man and LZI, or I used to call him LZI, but it's really LZI. I just be messing his name up. But it's called Pain, and man, they killed it. All three of them killed the song, man. So I shared that one on our Facebook page, so y'all should go check that out. I think I shared it just yesterday. So then we got my man Pusha T. He said his new album is about to drop soon. He said this one is going to be 1,000% better than Daytona.
Whoa.
So, if he really feeling like that, I think we're going to see something special because Daytona was a good album.
That's what I was about to say. Wasn't Daytona received very well? Even Buffy was saying like that.
Yeah, everybody was jumping on that Daytona. So he said that's going to be the better one. And then we're still expecting music from the new West Coast supergroup that features Snoop Dogg, Too Short, E40, and Ice Cube. So we're waiting on new music from them.
Group's called Westmore. Like Mount Rushmore, but Mount Westmore.
Mount Westmore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Westmore. That's dope.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for that, man. They've been talking about that for a minute, so I'm sure they've been trying to keep it under wraps. You know what I mean? Also, I almost forgot Snoop Dogg and Eminem worked on a song together too. I don't know if
I think they were going to do some stuff despite their whole the whole beef and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, supposedly.
I'm sure that I knew that was never gonna go anywhere.
Nah, man. Because I mean, I'm with Eminem on that.
Yeah.
And look, let me be clear.
Yeah.
I understood what Snoop was coming from.
Right.
And I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful to the point of like, fuck that white boy.
Right.
That wasn't it.
Yeah.
It's just that I think he got tired. I think people get, particularly certain people's like, yeah, Eminem's dope, but like then you got these people that come in and but yeah, Eminem was the greatest. Eminem was the greatest. Right. And it's just like, no, he's not. And it's like M would even say, it's like he knows the place. Like, look, like what just happened on his birthday, mind you. What happened with the verses and joint? Like, nah, he ain't. Look,
right.
I'm tell you right now, motherfucker ain't seen Kane. So,
right.
Like, what I'm saying? Right. And that's what Snoop was alluding to. Like, these people from the '80s was a whole different animal, a whole different
breed. I'm telling you, man. You can't discount people like that.
Yeah,
man. Kane and Coogee Rap and Rakim and all of them. Man, listen. That's a whole nother conversation.
But going back, and I just want to tie it up, but Eminem was saying, like, look, we in the same camp. Like, why we fight?
Right,
Like, I ain't never went out and said, like, no shit against Snoop. Exactly. So I understood that. Like, where this coming from? But at the same time, like, I kind of understand.
Right.
Kind of understand. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah, it is what it is, though. But, yeah, so, But yeah, that's our new music. I just want to drop that out there. So let's go ahead and jump into some topics. I'm gonna fly through these first few.
Yeah.
So we can get to the big stuff. But first, I want to give a shout out to my man Will Smith. He just dropped a new book, his actual memoir, and it's called Will. And he talks about his life, growing up in Philly, his marriage issues, his first wife, his new marriage issues, and all of that, the music industry, getting into the movies and all of that. So he said it's one of those that's really gonna, get you a little emotional and all of that. So shout out to Will for doing that. He's going on tour with it, starting in like November, December, I think. But yeah, so that's dope for him. I'll probably check out a copy of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like books. You know what I mean? So shout out to him.
Check him out.
My man Raekwon, remember I told y'all last week, he just dropped a new book. He now has his own ice cream. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts.
French vanilla, butter pecan, chocolate deluxe. That's the name of the ice cream. It came directly from the lyrics of the song. It's French vanilla with a little butter pecan in it.
Okay.
It's covered in chocolate deluxe.
Oh.
And I think it even got some sprinkles on it. So according to he partnered with some little ice cream company and they made it. So that's dope, man.
Yeah, I need to know when that's in stores so we can try it on the show.
Exactly.
Even though it's probably gonna fuck my stomach. I'm gonna try it.
Right.
It'd be great if you have a keto version or like that.
Actually, I swear I think I might be wrong, but I swear I think they said it was vegan.
Okay.
I think they said it was vegan. So
I eat meat still, but you know what I'm saying? That's still
at least I don't think it has any dairy in it, real dairy. So
okay.
So that would be dope. I might be wrong, but I'm gonna have to go back and check it.
Yeah, so when when that goes to the store, I'm gonna cop it. And we gonna, we gonna open the cart. We gonna,
we gonna have to play the song too while we eat it.
So we gonna get that.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited about that one. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Raekwon for that. My man Kanye West, man. What's wrong with Kanye, man? This nigga walking around with a haircut that looked like a midget was lawn mowing through his hair or something like that.
This mug look like the mug come up there with the clippers.
Right.
And they just like, hey, what you want? Throw clippers at shit.
Right. He was throwing like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Try
it on this side.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is funny, man. I mean, the pictures had me dying. I was like, what the hell? I was like, why would you want your hair like that? You know what I mean? You know he did it on purpose. It's like Kanye feel like he got to be in the media some kind of way. You know what I
And
mean?
then on top of that, didn't he say he had the face?
Yeah, and then shortly after that, they showed him in a white mask, trying to look like a white person, and it was like, I don't understand where you're going with this, man. What are you trying to prove? I mean, because this doesn't help your music career. It does keep people talking. I'll give you that. It keeps people talking because they just trying to figure out what screw is loose up there. You know what I mean? What's missing? You know, I don't know, man, but I just think it's weird, man.
I mean, do you think that he's trying to do that? I mean, I don't, because I don't know about the record sales. Now, I know that AZ surpassed both Kanye and Certified Lover Boy. Yeah.
AZ surpassed both of them? That's what's
I
up.
believe that what's happened. So I don't know.
I mean, that fucking album was solid, man. You know what I mean? No One Died Too. That's a solid ass album. He deserves it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised.
So I don't know if he's trying to, circumvent with, albums.
Right.
Like it one. So I need to do something to, to stay relevant.
I don't know, man.
Relevancy is currency.
Yeah, that's true. In this day and age, relevancy is currency. As long as they can see something new in the media about you, it don't matter if it's stupid or good. I mean, they just like, yep, still talking about you though. Yeah. So once they stop talking about you, that's when it's almost like people hate you. I mean, so yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. Kanye West, his whole situation, but we ain't gonna spend too much time on that because that's neither here or there. Dr. Dre was served divorce papers from his wife during the funeral that he was attending for his own grandmother. You know what I mean? That's kind of busted, ain't it?
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of shit is that?
I mean, even if he was wrong, even if it was alleged, I don't know. I wasn't there. Even though, like, damn, grandma, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, wouldn't you be like, well, I'm gonna wait till after the funeral, wait till after he, go through his mourning. Yeah. If he go on to that, like, I'm gonna sit there, grandma, I remember I went to a house, she did this.
Yeah. Somebody tapping on the
shoulder.
Tapping on
the shoulder, like,
you kneeling down at the grave. Well,
it's like, sign.
Right.
Yo, this is great.
I mean, I thought, me and Howard was both talking about, we thought they had already filed for divorce, but apparently they just been separated and they just been talking about it. So now, I guess she finally served him with papers. I know this has been talked about since like June or May or something like that. Yeah. And so, I just assumed they had already filed paperwork and that now they were just trying to work out how much money they shall. Yeah. So apparently they did it the other way around. They trying to figure shit out first before they serve paper. But I mean, she know where this man lived. You ain't got to serve him while he at the funeral. You know what I mean? Even if it was a friend of his or it don't matter if it's family or friend, it's a funeral. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, I mean, even she didn't want to go back to the house. Right. She could have, got out like okay, this is my representative, or I have someone who's going to give you the paper. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like that's kind of damn. Since your grandma gone, right. I'm gone too. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Yeah. So I don't know what to think about that. But either way, hopefully Dr. Dre can get past this. You know what I mean? I know it's a tough one. But on to the next thing. There's a new show out called Queens. It's about 4 female rap artists in a group called Queens. I think that's what they call themselves, Queens. But either way, the show's called Queens. And basically, they rap. It's supposed to be like they rap back in the 90s, but now they've all kind of left the game and went their separate ways. And they're housewives and church-going people and all types of different stuff. And so, because their record from the back in the day starts getting noticed again, they they decide, okay, maybe we should get back together and try to do it again. And it's a really good show. I have to admit, I was a little skeptical in the beginning. I was like, I don't know if this can work. You know what I mean? Eve, of course, is one of the characters. She's a rapper, so you know that's genuine. Notori Naughty is one of them, and I was like, yeah, she's been in a girl group before, but more so singing. So I'm like, I don't know if she can rap, but she did. She was the one that played Little Kim in Notorious.
Okay.
And Brandy's one of the girls in the show. I'm like, Brandy's not a rapper either. She's an R&B singer, but you know, she pulls it off. And then there's a Spanish lady named Nadine Velasquez.
Yeah.
So those four, but I mean, it worked. The bars are dope. You know what I mean? I heard it and I was like, okay, they rapping. You know what I mean? I'm sure they ain't all right now.
Let me find out Brandy rapping out there, bean mugging and talking about having flashbacks of like aunts and shit.
Right.
Bring the house further to bring down the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think the show does have potential if they keep going. And I mean, the bars, they were rapping, they got into a little cipher with rapping. They not like hardcore street rapping, but they definitely got bars. Their whole image is kind of like a group of Trina type rappers. You know, it's all about sexual overtones and, you know, being like on their whole boss vibe. You know, I don't need a man, that kind of stuff. And, you know, like if you put somebody like that, a bunch of Trinas in it. So, yeah, I think it's got potential. So we'll see. You know what I mean? I think y'all should check it out. You know? It's on, I think, ABC. So it's just a regular channel. Yeah, who? Yeah.
Or
right. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. Howie hasn't seen it yet, but you know, he said he's gonna check it out. So I think it has potential. So all right, just wanted to put that out there. My man Grandmaster Jay from Not Fucking Around Coalition has been he has been indicted by a grand jury and he could be facing up to 20 years. So, you know, it hasn't been sentenced or anything like that, but he's definitely been indicted. So he's definitely got some stuff against him. So we shall see. Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave that one alone too. That's a long story right there. All right, well let's jump into Dave Chappelle real quick because we like Dave. We like Dave. And we support Dave. I don't give a fuck who don't like. We like Dave. You know what I mean? So and this is not, you know, that's not like us saying fuck the LGBTQ plus community. Absolutely not. I would never say that. Or I don't think Howie would ever say that. No, we're just saying that what he did is enough for us to support it because it wasn't really meant to hurt anybody, even though y'all took it that way. You know, that's just how y'all took it.
And the thing of it is, what's crazy is like what happened was, you know, the guy was showing the sign. They took the sign, broke it, and they talking about, he got a weapon. Yeah. Like they really did some
took the man's
sign. They took
the stick.
They literally did some bitch ass things.
Yeah.
I want to say something else, but I can't. So I'm gonna get acquainted with the bitch ass things.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck they did. And then the thing of it is like, look, everybody's already, you know, everything going on, real world events, everybody's split. It was really a fresh, you know, even though this was towards a celebrity. Yeah. It was really refreshing to see someone coming in with some type of love. Yeah. Just like, hey, be like Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. Look, if this movement is supposed to be about, and this is the thing too, the gays and the lesbians and the bisexual people, they don't really have a problem with most people. They really can't. From what I've heard, the trans is really kind of messing up. And Dave Chappelle alluded to that and Sticks and Stone.
Right.
You kind of
the
Trans. It's trying to really, throw in the curves, the bumps. And it's just like the more they do stuff, more they're proving they that like what they're doing. And I don't think there was anything malicious in his special.
Right.
At all.
Exactly. I don't either.
At all. So,
but it is what it is, man. I mean, I definitely, when I watched it with pure logic and intellect, and I could not really see where people had the right to be upset. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. For me, it just didn't hit me that way.
Oh, and let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, there you go.
Brandon. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so behind that, I need to look at that song real quick. Go ahead, talk.
But yeah, so just saying that we support Dave Chappelle, but what's really messed up, some of the people at Netflix, some of the trans employees released Dave's financial information, showing how much money he made and all that. I don't see why you would even want to do that. That has nothing to do with anything. Whether he disrespected you or didn't disrespect you, releasing his financial shit. What is wrong with you? You have nothing else to lean on, so you decide, oh, I'm gonna put his money out there. We already know the man got a lot of money. Hell, he walked away from millions before, so he's never been that big into I need a lot of money. Dave has never been a hook on money like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming those people, I'm hoping that they got fired for doing that, for releasing his records. But I don't know. Did you get whether they got fired or not?
I don't know if they got fired. I know what happened was they actually went to the board. I think we talked about that last week. They went into the boardroom last week, and they went into the meeting and disrupted, and they kind of let some of them go because of that.
Yeah.
Because that's like a no-no that culture.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, that whole Dave Chappelle thing, man, I'm sorry. I just, as much as I support anybody for their beliefs or sexual preferences, I support all of that shit. But I can't support being mad at somebody who didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, going back to the Let's Go Brandon real quick. So basically, this guy, low ass Alexander, he come out of Las Vegas. They got him tagged as a local MAGA rapper. I don't know. That's white people shit. Probably saying that. Song is catchy though. You should check out the song is catchy. But it actually soars on iTunes and it's actually number 2 behind Adele's newest hit.
Okay.
Like,
tell the story about this.
So basically, he got the Let's Go. What happened was it was a meme started with the NASCAR interview with a guy, and his name, the actual NASCAR driver, is called Brandon Brown. His name is Brandon Brown, not his name is Brandon Brown. Right. But anyway, so what happened was he won, and everybody was like, "Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden." So the newscasters were like, "Well, what are the people saying?" Well, they can't say fuck Joe Biden on national TV. So I understood what but she was like, the newscasters were like, "Oh, let's go, Brandon." So that's what the whole, let's go, Brandon. Now everybody's saying, "Let's go, Brandon." That's the whole meme thing. Let's go, Brandon. And so he made a song. The song is actually pretty catchy. And like I said, for him to be number 2, and he's just like a local rapper, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
And that also goes to show you, the white people, they want to be behind your ass when it comes to rap. They can be behind you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. If they want to.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
Leave that alone. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, man. So that was crazy when you told me that story. But yeah, so we can move on. If you want, we can kind of. You want to talk anything about the financial recommendation?
Nah, I think we good on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about
Yeah, Wu-Tang, man.
Yeah.
I encourage anybody to watch this show, man. It's so good, man. They're doing such a great job, just keeping your attention and making you want to see more, and seeing the behind the scenes kind of vision of how things got put together. And I'm really loving it, man. So I definitely encourage anybody to go see it. It's on Hulu.
I ain't gonna say that.
Or .org. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So they got the people who play the Wu are doing a great job portraying them. You can tell they're not real rappers except for Dave East. You know, what I mean? He's the only one.
Joey Ryder.
Yeah, well, Joey, but I keep forgetting about Joey. But yeah, so it's one of those. Most of the people on there are not real rappers, so you can tell when they actually spit the bars, it's them recording Wu-Tang lyrics. So it's cool, but I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather hear the real shit sometimes.
No, I mean that's one thing I can respect about them. I like the fact that they're using their real vocals.
Yeah, I can respect that.
And the fact that it's kind of they're trying to emulate, as close to the original as they can.
Exactly.
I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can respect it. Then someone like dub over the track, and then they mouth and it's like, okay, you don't really even sound like that. There's no way you can sound like that. No way you sound like Inspector Deck. So yeah. I really appreciate them doing that. I mean, it's still you still have that energy. It's still not woo, the woo-esque, like real woo, right? But you're still the. Now I will say the guy that plays Old Dirty Bastard, I think he taps in a whole lot better than just about everybody.
Yeah, he does. He's doing the heck out of that, man. Yeah. I think the one that's playing Raekwon is doing a great job.
Yeah.
And listen, the one that is playing You God, if he don't look like he's the spitting image of that dude, he looked just like I don't know. I was like, is this dude related to him for real? Like, is this his son or something? Because he looks just like you.
Yeah, they did a good job.
So I don't know. Some of them who got kids is rapping now.
Yeah.
Method Man's son is rapping. Ghostface got a kid that raps. Who else? I think Inspector Deck. But yeah, they got kids that's rapping, so I don't know. Old Dirty's kid, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so anyway, man. But I'm loving it. Right now, the last few episodes are when they made their first few songs like Protect Your Neck and, Can It Be So Simple and stuff like that, METHOD, Method Man, and how they're struggling to try to get noticed, because they're doing it independently instead of going through a record label. They just wanted to get their music out there. Right.
Spoiler alert. No, I ain't gonna spoil it. But if you know the history, you already know.
They eventually picked up. But the last few episodes about them, their journey into being independent and pressing up their own records and all that stuff, trying to shop it around, doing what they couldn't get on the radio. That was smooth how they got it on the radio.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That one scene with my man, they had a little animation, the Ghostface.
Right.
They was like, it's like, yeah, so what you gonna do? Like, nah, man, we gotta meet with Stretch and Bobbito.
Yeah.
You can't go through. My man, like a little sidekick, go like, wow, threw his ass at you.
It's dope, man, because it really centers around business character and how he's trying to mastermind the whole thing because he knows basically what he can achieve with this, but he got to make a hard decision.
Speaking of which,
right, that's exactly where I was going with that. So that they give you this kind of behind the scenes, like what's going on in his mind, when you see him playing in the park, playing chess, but he's playing himself, and it really you know, everybody goes through that mental, that inner struggle of, you know, trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I make this hard decision? And there's the risk of what will happen if this goes wrong, and it all falls on me. I convinced these guys to do this. So he's going through a lot, man, trying to figure out how to, you know, handle the whole situation. A lot of it is on him. He's the one that convinced them, you know, hey, leave the street life alone. Just give me a few years and I'm gonna make us all stars. You know what I mean? So I love that. That was actually my favorite part.
Yeah, I like the fact that, you know, you playing, and then, you know, like the kid version.
Right.
Like, why do that? Why do that? It's just like, to me, it was showing, you know, not necessarily a perfect,
Yeah.
but it's like him, but it's like his simple, this basic thought of like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do next? And
Yeah.
I beat all these other guys. I beat myself. I beat Raheem. Oh, you should have got that.
Right.
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 So I like that aspect of it. Oh, and speaking of which, that's another thing. There's one thing that you read the Wu-Tang Band that talks about the power of four. They use old dirty bastard character to really speak to that as far as like you gotta have the power of four to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To give to make decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just paraphrasing. I have to go back and see, but yeah, he basically dropped that.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, that episode. And another thing I want to say. You hear anything else?
No, go ahead.
And another thing I was going to say too, like especially now, the hip hop, you know, it's materialistic. Everybody, you know, everybody's paid. Everybody's got money, gold chain, gold platinum chain, all this stuff. Uh, making
Oh man.
making it green on that really spoke to me because the thing that spoke to me was like, you know what's really missing in modern day music? And I hate to say it, and because I want people to win it, pain.
Yeah.
Think about
Yeah.
it. Because only pain can make you press out some of the best shit.
Exactly.
That you got.
Right,
You can't like. I think that's why people like me and you, it's hard to relate to Drake.
Right.
Because what the fuck is his pain, really?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's no slight to him. I'm glad he got, you know, he didn't have. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had harshness, but he wasn't going like, yo, I'm selling drugs and sleeping outside.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Heartbreak, girl breaking up.
Yeah, I mean that's like that. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't eat mayonnaise sandwich for like a week. Fucking large sandwich. They forgot to put the goddamn color. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that.
Yeah. You're right, man. I mean, the best of you come from pain and things that you go through. You can't avoid pain in life, and that's what a lot of this younger generation and several generations, the millennials, the Gen Z, all of them. It's like they just want to avoid all pain at all costs and just kind of coast through as easy as they can. And it's like it's okay to want that, but sometimes you just have to say, you know what, fuck it. You know what I mean? I might get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna have to do this. You know
that's the thing. You have to have internal or some type of conflict.
Yeah.
Because that's the testing.
Yep.
That's the testing. What it does, it makes you either gonna give up, give in, or you're gonna be stronger. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You know?
Absolutely.
That's why the world follows black culture the way it does. Because we sing our pain.
Exactly.
And that pain is so melodic.
Yeah.
It's so melodic. It's so, you know what I'm saying? It's so like they want to hear that.
Yeah, it
puts you in that
frame of mind.
Yeah.
It's hard though when you hear it.
Yeah, because they're singing with the depth of the beat. Yeah. Even though if they're rapping, I think they rapping like they really sing this.
Oh yeah. That's why we make some of the best like R&B songs,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Rap songs, all of that shit.
Yeah, if we, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? That's like even with, even Steve Harvey, he was talking about, that one song on the King of Comedy, talking about, you can't tell me Lee Williams didn't mean that shit.
Right.
I'm talking about, what I'm saying? And they cried all goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, I mean, but that's the thing, man. And again, I don't want the new gen to go through what we've done. Not that I'm right, but you know what I'm saying. I understand, like, I don't want them. I don't want them, but they go. But the pain that like Wu got, Biggie Small, that's what made they shit great.
Yep.
They spoke about it, wrote about it.
Yep, all of them, man. Some of the best rappers, especially people like DMX. I mean, you go through an emotional roller coaster.
Man.
It's like you feel every freaking line of the song, every bar. You be like, shit, I feel like I just got stabbed.
Yeah, I'm for real.
Man, so that's where the best music comes from. You know what I mean? You just expressing your pain. So, but yeah, and one other thing that was really a big thing for me in the Wu-Tang saga was when they got to perform at the Fever.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, they didn't even have a slot there. They fought to get in there because they had started making such a buzz in the streets. And the Fever is a big deal. Well, it's not anymore. It closed back in the day, but one part of the Bronx that I stayed at was like maybe a half a mile from the Fever. So we actually walked by there quite often because when we wanted to go swimming, there was a swimming pool that was close to Yankee Stadium that we would walk from. You know what I mean? I lived on 174th Street, and Yankee Stadium was 161st Street. And so we would always have to walk past where the Fever was. And it was actually, the original name was Disco Fever. And then after a while, they started calling it the Fever.
Oh, yeah, the past Disco.
Yeah, because Disco was kind of fading out a little bit. So they just started calling it the Fever, and but it was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like I said, and they tell you all about it in Wu-Tang, how a lot of the biggest artists in early hip hop, like Curtis Blow, got this start at the Fever. So it really took me back. It was very nostalgic for me. You know what I mean? So I was liking that. They showed the Fever in I think Crush Groove as well, because the Fat Boys was trying to do a performance there as well. So yeah, that was dope, man. That was one of my favorite parts because it kind of just took me back to my old neighborhood, you know what I mean? And how we used to pass that place every day.
Check me out too. Like once they got on, and they finished, and the group they
trying
came
to come back out.
They was like, get the fuck off the street.
Because they got booed before and after. So it's like you got booed before, so now we come on, we save the day, we crowd back in. Now you're gonna try to ride our coat, come back out there and use our energy. Yeah, let's get some real hip hop. Get the fuck off the stage. Start throwing bottles at the niggas. I don't even know who they were supposed to be. Whoever they were.
Well, they probably been in the first there was some dudes that they was like big shit stuff, and they had things rigged up. So yeah, they had some things rigged up. I was thinking it might have been them.
Might have been. I don't know. I don't remember the faces, but you might be
right. Yeah, but they
that was like funny. But yeah, and what was dope for me was the fact that they got to at the Fever, they got to perform 3 songs. You kind of got Protect Your Neck, you got Method Man, and you got Can't All Be So Simple. Wait a minute, no.
Yeah, I think that was right because the thing what they did, I think what was cool was it showed like it showed the posse cut. Yeah. It showed them also like, hey, we can do single stuff, but then we also have duets.
Right.
We have duets. We also know how to combat. Right. I think that was cool as far as like them really, not necessarily playing the audience, but kind of like teasing the audience, like, yeah, we got you right here. Then, we still get you here with the Method Man, but like with the Kanye, be all simple. You actually, you actually listening, and kind of not. So yeah, it was definitely, dope.
Yeah, so, that was dope. And I have to be honest, man. I felt like I was getting a real Wu-Tang concert. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just seeing them 3 songs back to back. And the dude playing Ghostface, man, he does a good job of just really just getting into it. He reminds me of like the real Ghostface. Like you can tell he's that surprise that you don't expect. Because when Ghostface would come in rap, you'd be like, "Oh shit, I wasn't expecting this." The voice, the cadence, and all of that, it kind of takes you by surprise, kind of like Old Dirty. But he does a good job. You know what I mean? Because he looks a lot like young Ghostface, because Ghostface had the same hair and everything. Hair was a little on the curly side, you know what I mean? So he does a good job with that. So yeah, man, I'm anxious to keep seeing more. Of course, the next episode will be released on Wednesday. Yeah, so
you watch Queens on Tuesday.
Yep, Queens on Tuesday.
And Who Wednesday? Queens Tuesday, Who Wednesday?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So that's I can't stress it enough. Please don't see it, man. Support that, man. Because it's a lot of good projects like that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I think that's all I have for Wu-Tang Saga. Do you have anything else about Wu-Tang before we move on?
Man, let's talk about the motherfucking verses, baby. Let's talk about it.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, I got a couple of small topics. We gotta get to that. I want to tell a quick story. I saw a clip. My man Shaheem, the Wu affiliate. I told a story about Big L that really, was like, wow, the day that Big L got killed, he said that he was supposed to do a song with Big L. They were supposed to meet at the studio like 8 or 9 o'clock that night. And he was like, yo, I've worked with Big L a bunch of times and he's never been late or anything. He might be a few minutes behind, but that's about it. So they were supposed to meet up like 8 or 9. It was like maybe 11:30. And he was like, yo, something ain't right. So he called Lord Finesse of DITC. And Lord Finesse was like, yeah, he told him, L got shot and told him what happened. And he was like, that was kind of, crazy how he found out, because he just had been sitting around waiting on Big L to show up at the studio. So I just thought that was interesting, you know what I mean? That was how he found out. I didn't even know that they had much history together, you know what I mean? I heard about them maybe once together, but that was it. But another quick thing. Article just came out about DMX. They're still fighting over his money, his estate. Another child has come out the woodworks claiming, I think, to be his, trying to get money from the estate. They said that total is altogether is 15 children. So I don't get stuff like that, man. I was telling Howie, it's like, why we heard about you before? Why now? When it comes to just buying up some money, all of a sudden you big and bold, I should get some of that money. You know what I mean? If you've been his child all your life, then where were you? You know what I mean? I don't get that, man. I ain't never heard of DMX, just, I don't fuck with no kid. He's always tried to, take care of his kid. He's not that type. So I don't know, man. What did you think about
that? Man, I'm like, I need that money too.
You need that money too.
Man, you see? Come on. Come on. You see? He here? Yeah. How we man on doing? Nah, I'm fucking. Yeah, I'm feeling. You gonna wait now?
Exactly. I mean, if you really his kid, that's fine. Obviously, you have a right to, get some sort of help with your situation. But it's like, damn, why didn't we? I hope at least he's been hearing about this shit before he passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right.
We lost a lot.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, man. If you need to get broken home.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Oh, money and everything.
I think the only other rapper that had that many kids was OD.
Oh, Dirty, come on.
Old Dirty got somewhere around 13 or 14. Yeah. you know it's bad when niggas is rapping about how many kids you got. I know Redman said a line talking about, said, yeah, what was it? He said, your weed got more C's than ODB.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, yo, y'all crazy, man. But ODB, you can tell by watching the Wu-Tang Saga, you can actually tell that that's true. Because, I mean, he's like always trying to flirt with girls and all that kind of stuff in the show. So, yeah.
But that was
ODB
like
was running up.
So I was watching that. That's funny because I was watching it with me.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you got relationships with the Spanish tenant? I said, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
put strong emphasis on yet.
Not yet.
So,
that's gonna happen.
So, you know, he was honest. You know, he told you on the album, I got burnt. You know, and then he came back and said, hey, actually, I got burnt twice. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like, he was talking about the whole, like, he was in a limo and went to the fucking welfare. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, free money.
Right.
Free money. And I'm like, hey, but you know what? I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Because that's what, hey, he was doing what Rick was doing.
Yeah.
How can you get mad? Yeah, because Rick,
yeah.
They don't want to spend any money. So, man, shout out to ODB. Rest in peace, ODB.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to both of them, man. Yeah. I was real mad with both of them.
Rest in peace to them.
Wasn't that far behind. LL was 99. ODB was 2000. Was it earlier? Oh. Was it later than that?
Yeah, because he actually had the song with the, when Neptunes came out with that project.
Yeah.
When he was under that name Dirt the Bird.
Yeah.
And he did, oh, baby, come on, do this thing with this song come from, let me say with, Yo, that shit went hard. Yo, that shit went hard, yo. Don't Dirt the Bird. Yeah, don't Dirt the Bird.
All right, well, yeah, rest in peace to both of them. But either way, we're going to talk about the verses. But before we do that, please don't forget, hit the button.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters.
Another question of the day.
Yeah.
Versus Umar Johnson versus
Brother Polite.
No, not Brother Polite. But there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. They did a verse. Who would win?
That would be hard, but I ain't gonna lie. I might have to go with Umar. I don't know. Umar be dropping some shit. Tariq Nasheed, he's straight up and down. He know what he's talking about. But sometimes I get more wisdom type stuff when I hear Umar. Sometimes when I hear Umar, I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna be dropping some jewels. You know, when I hear Tariq, I feel like he's just more so, I'm gonna keep it straight up, I'm not gonna water it down.
Yeah.
You know, this shit fucked up, blah, blah, blah. You know. I get more wisdom from Umar. What do you think?
I'm probably saying, I think Umar's a little. I will say that I think Umar, when he gets in that element, he can really drop. Yeah. I'm not saying Tariq Nasheed don't.
Yeah, right. He definitely does.
Yeah. And it's really sad that they're beefing.
Yeah,
and then like Boyce Watkins, they all be like, I mean, like, we really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Malcolm and Martin had fallen out with each other, but they never really, but at the same time, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't display it like that. And
right.
On top of that, they were trying to build.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They did try to build. It's just like right now, we don't, in this climate, we need more together.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But anyway,
how would that versus even go?
you got like they do like the presidential version. You got 90 seconds
right
on the top, and then like you got to
it'd be like the cartoon we saw where he touched the Bible glasses. He didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on You know, well, when we jogify and sanctify, you know. But I didn't really cut you off. So anyway, let's get to the first. Big Daddy Kane versus KRS-One. That was an epic night. Epic night.
So you got the list of the joints you played, right?
Yeah.
And then, I didn't get a chance. You actually right. I mean, I can pull them up.
Oh, right now, what they did, I think I did. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Nah, I don't have it here. But out of my list, you know, we only did 10 apiece. But I had Set It Off, Lean on Me, Symphony, Raw, Warm It Up, Kane, Number One with a Bullet, which is with him and G-Rap, Mortal Kombat, the Kill at Will Ron, Wrath of Kane, and Class of '87. So out of mine, the only thing he didn't do was 2, which was Number One with a Bullet, and Class of '87. He did the Kill at Will joint, which was from when he, because he basically did it as a freestyle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Instead of doing it as a song. But, you know, most people may not know that's from a song. But still, Class of '87, that's the one I would have loved to have seen because it would have tied up the whole verse at the end perfectly. But it was all of them together. But I think because we didn't get Coogee Rap on the verses, that kind of threw things off. So he was definitely invited, but you know he had some other prior engagements. It wasn't that he didn't want to come. Actually, it might have been. I mean, I don't know. Big Daddy Kane just said he had a prior engagement that he had already agreed to, so he didn't want to break it. You know, what I mean, whatever it was. So you know, Kane is like that. He don't want to put your business out there. He was just like, look, he had something else that was important to him to do, and he went ahead and did that. You know what I mean? So you know, you might be right. You know, it might have been religious to the point where you know, when something real important in your religion, you're like, I ain't missing that bar mitzvah. I ain't missing that quinceañera. You know? But so yeah, so that was what happened with that. I was really sad that he didn't get to make it for the symphony because as soon as they dropped that symphony beat, I was like, oh shit, here it comes. You know what I mean? I knew. I was like, if they dropped that, they gotta have guest appearances, and it was already dope. You know, because they had the guest appearances. So let me go back to our list. Now on Howie's list, he had You Must Learn, The Kenny Parker Show, Self Destruction, The Bridge Is Over, Still Number One, Out of Here, Turn of the Boom Bap, I Get Wrecked, and the Underground joint with White Shadow, and Step Into a World. So he did pretty much most of those except about 3. He didn't do the Underground joint. He didn't do I Get Wrecked, which was a joint with Tim Dog, which would have still been dope because he could have paid homage to Tim Dog just like Kane did for Fizz. You know what I mean? He could have done it like that. But he didn't think to do it that way. And then he also didn't do the Kenny Parker Show. So those are the only differences, but we both were pretty sure they were going to do all the other stuff. You know what I mean? We knew they were going to do the majority of the songs that we picked. I was glad that Kane, you know, did what he did. Now, it's been kind of up and down as far as who won. You know what I mean? I watched Doggy Diamond on how he thought it went down. You know, I didn't watch anybody else's. I didn't watch like Black Dot. I'm guessing he did it on recap, but I didn't see what he chose. But I only watched Doggy Diamond because I was so busy.
I did listen to shout out to Ember and Rosia for Heads. Okay. I know about on that. Spotify, they did like a recount. I don't think they really did like a. They did count, but I don't think there was kind of like it was kind of interpretive. Yeah. So, but anyway, go ahead. I was just gonna say I almost forgot. I did watch Hot 97. Yeah, I did watch that. They kind of leaned towards the side of character. Yeah, they did towards character. There was a couple of times when I disagreed with them. Oh yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Especially when they were talking about fucking like. I think it was like Ain't No Half Stepping. Right. And like, that, so yeah, ain't no half stuff be like, get the fuck out of here. Ain't no half stuff, like, nobody's fucking with it.
Right.
Nobody
fucking with that. And they downplayed the rap of Kane as well. I was like, what?
Y'all fucking crazy.
Y'all crazy as hell. You know what I mean? It was only like, I think one of them said they picked the rap of Kane, but all the other three of them said no, they go to KRS won that round. But I did make some notes somewhere. I think one of my phones, but I didn't write it down as far as how they did the verses. Now I did watch the interviews afterwards, and Kane said that him and KRS did speak on a Zoom call ahead of time about how they were going to do it. Kane said that he actually wanted to do more with freestyling, and more with the dancers, but things kind of switched around. He said, they didn't tell each other exactly what they were going to do, but they kind of gave each other an overview. Okay, let's start by doing a freestyle. Then we'll start by going into some songs. Then we'll go into the B-boys. Then we'll do it. But he said that KRS kind of started doing things different. So he was like, all right, well, based on what he's doing, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? So he kind of switched his up just to kind of follow along with KRS. So,
one thing I liked about what KRS did was, because he was trying to play it off. He trying to do the freestyle stuff. This is a person.
right.
And what he was basically saying was, this ain't not necessarily it's not a real hip hop event. That's not what he was saying. But he's saying like this is what, the verses is kind of that, but it's not that in the same token. So it's like, it's more of a what we call it. You know what I'm saying? It's more getting people together and like 20 hits. Like it ain't, it ain't, it ain't nothing big like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like no, this ain't out for blood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I did one of my favorite moments, though. I don't want to cut you off too much, but I apologize. One of my favorite moments is KRS started talking a little slick. So came through that line out there by MC Shan.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, I hollered on that when Kane said, yo, that shit with you and Shan, I stayed out of that. You're welcome. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, nigga, you didn't want me in that. You know what I mean? I could have ripped your ass. And he's right. You know what I mean? Because that was the whole thing. When you were going through it as a kid, I was listening to the whole thing happen in real time. And I kept thinking, damn, if Big Daddy Kane and Coogee Rap started dissing KRS, his career would have been over. It would have been wrong. But because Kane was friends, I don't think it would have been over. Not over, but it would have been shut down. He would have definitely been. KRS would probably be down like where Shan. And that's one thing Shan was talking about. Not to disrespect Shan, because he still did some stuff after. But he was saying like, when the person came on, when they was, he said, if they ain't kept it, or I'm over here, he's over there, and we ain't doing venues and stuff. If they did like that, I'd probably beat KRS. But when it comes to the crowd presence, like a few people could beat KRS. Right. And they know that. Yeah. MC Shan talked about that. I heard that. MC Shan was like, he said that was a perfect versus battle because ain't nobody can really hang with Chris when it comes to crowd hype. And can't nobody really hang with Kane when it comes to the entertainment of dancing and getting the when he did warming up and got my man Snoop strapped right there, and when they would start doing it, I was like, I couldn't, I ain't gonna lie. I think I might have sat down 2 or 3 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was, everything they were doing, I was dancing and stuff. I was just hype on that. Everything, all his hits, man, when he played them, that was the dope one. Like you said, you got the dance, you got to see the dance. That shit was crazy. Right. I mean, he was moving. For him to be 55, he was moving good. And see, that's the thing, too. Like, I read this book with Otis Redding. It's a biography called Otis. Okay. And what I equate that to, not that I was back in that, definitely not because I was born in. So I wasn't back in, stacks Right.
But what I equate that to was when Otis Redding had to go against Sam and Dave. And the thing of it is, Sam and Dave can dance.
Yeah.
Sam and Dave can do, they can sing, dance, and do all that other stuff. And like Otis can't dance. He couldn't do like with KRS. KRS is kind of like Otis. Like, I can't bust your ass for dancing and shit. But that's what Kane and Scrap was like Sam and Dave. They was like, I get out there, I do, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, KRS ain't gonna do none of that shit like that.
But that kind of gave Kane the edge though.
Yeah.
Kane crowd involved. Remember, he know how to rock the crowd too. Even without the dance, about he went over the fence, was like, let me come out here and rap in the audience. You know what I mean? When he jumped that fence, I was like, see, Kane know what he's doing. He's like, you're not gonna sit here and just out perform me. You know
Yeah, I think
I get the crowd into the shit too.
I think that's the thing. People might say KRS won that, but yeah, definitely. I would say like Kane, as a performance, definitely outperformed.
Right.
Because I think there was times that like even and KRS won. I've seen actually it's crazy because I actually seen KRS won and Big Daddy Kane live. Now they were all obviously their latter year, but I did see them live. The thing of it is I think that KRS One he does utilize breath control, but I think he got a little winded.
Yeah,
early.
He started sweating and get winded a little early on that. Cause see, that's another thing, man. Kane, he could spit them rapid fire, lyrics.
Oh, dude.
And then still be ready to keep going. You know what I
mean?
Dude,
when he did the motherfucking rap beat,
man, listen.
Yo, when I heard that shit, I said, there ain't no rapper on earth seeing Kane.
Exactly.
On earth, nigga.
Yeah,
he got battle with the aliens, like they got me all that shit. Why on earth fucking with Kane, son?
That was dope, man. So lyrically, to me, as far as maybe like if I had to pick lyrically, if I picked KRS, it would be because of maybe like metaphors. But Kane got that wordplay to where he can just spit it so dope, no matter what he say. He can just be reading the dictionary and he'll say it in such a way that you're like, hey, how the fuck did he say it like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? KRS, he'll come up with the clever metaphors, you know what I mean? Like I'll read the dictionary back and forth and back, and just kind of give you those dope metaphors like that. You'd be like, oh shit, I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was both like they were both displayed excellence. And I did appreciate, like, it definitely showed like the true school of hip hop. Right. Why it really showed why we love this.
Yeah.
It really showed why we love this. What I'm saying? It was really great. Like the only thing I will say, like, if we can talk about the features.
Yeah, I wanted to get into that next year.
I like the features. But I was like, especially towards the end when they cut the Stop the Violence. Yeah. I was disappointed about that.
Right.
Because man,
you don't throw on the self-destruction.
Oh, that would have been
that shit.
That would have been
why?
Stupid. Yo, that would have been stupid. Yo, like I said, Slick, not Slick Rick, but Baby Fresh would have came out. Just Ice.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. At least see Just Ice.
Right.
That'd have been crazy.
Yeah.
Just Ice. But they could have done a little something for Heavy D, Rest in Peace. Yeah. Public Enemy came out, man. Man, that'd have been crazy. That'd have been crazy. That'd have been crazy.
So, but yeah, let's talk about the features. So, KRS, I think, started it off with Das Effects. I think he was the first one to bring somebody out. He brought them out, I believe. They did the Represent the Real Hip Hop.
Yeah.
I mean? So that was dope. It was a dope feature, and then he gave him time to do a little bit of their, bump stickity bump.
And then Scratch was like, yo, Dre, you need to quit that shit.
Right.
You ain't been on stage in a while.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that.
Well,
walking off the stage, he's still trying to rap. It's like, what are you doing, bro? I know you want some attention, but no, this ain't your verse.
Yeah, I think a lot, and I don't know if you watch this way in the morning. Actually, Kid Capri scratch, not necessarily falling out, but they didn't see eye to eye on certain things.
To my at the verse.
Yeah. That's why certain
I did pick up.
That's why certain things going on. Again, go back to the feet.
I was just saying, that was the first one that they brought out for the features. Of course, you had Buckshot. KRS also brought out Buckshot.
Yeah.
Which another one, I don't know why. I get what he was trying to do, but I don't think it landed. When he went up to Kane and started rapping at him.
Oh no!
I was like, nigga,
you don't want that,
right?
You just see what that nigga did to the trap beat.
Exactly.
Woo!
Turned it around at the end. You my man, now you just rapping at Kane. You know what I mean? This nigga is beyond legendary. You know what I mean? Come on now. One of his most famous lines, you ain't never said no shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kane said, to be specific, I may die one day, but my rhymes will remain like a hieroglyph. You ain't fucking with shit like that. You know what I mean? Come on now. You ain't fucking with shit like that. So I was kind of thrown off like, what the fuck is Buckshot doing? And when he turned it around, I was like, all right, I'm going to let it go. You know what I mean? But Kane was getting tired of that shit when, what was it? When Tracy from Dr. Festival, I was like, Karen, that's your man. That's your man. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was also cool to see Mad Line coming through.
Mad Line out.
No.
Yeah, that was dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a dope feature. Kane brought out Nice and Smooth.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. And that was one. If you remember, I didn't play that on my verse, but I said I was going to. I said I had it on my list. Yeah. So that was dope. And then they did Dwick. You know what I mean? That was dope. Shout out to Google. Yeah, rest in peace. I kind of felt disappointed because when they were trying to shout out Guru, the crowd wasn't really into it. You know what I mean? And I was like, dang, y'all not really realizing they trying to pay respect and homage to Guru real quick before they, leave the stage. The crowd just wasn't into it. They was cool, but they wasn't hype. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt a little disappointed, but he went out.
That was a big song too.
Yeah, that beat. As soon as that beat dropped, you just lose your shit. Yeah. So, but then he brought out with Roxanne Shante.
Yeah.
Which I thought was dope. He paid so much respect to her as being kind of the foundation of the Juice Group. Even though she wasn't the original first person, there was more people, but she was the first one to really bring people like him and Biz on. She brought Biz on, Biz brought Kane on, and she kind of took all of them under her wing. She rapped all of them. And it would have been dope if she did her song "Have a Nice Day" when she did KRS. He got
KRS sound like a black radio station.
Yeah, it was a dope bar. Wasn't the best, but it was dope. You know what I mean? Because she was right. Man, you sound like a kind of corny radio station. You know what I mean? Right.
KRS would have it.
I only say that because he did both the South Bronx and the Bridge over.
Yo.
So it was like, yeah, he's doing his song. Let her do hers. But I guess they were running out of time. So, and then right after that, he brought out Symphony. Everybody minus Coogee Rap. He had Master Ace and Craig. It was still good.
No, it was still good. Yeah. It was good to see them to get out there. But yeah,
yeah, they did a good job. But it would have really been dope if the DJs were D Nice and Bob Ball.
Yeah, see, and that was the thing too that I didn't really understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate Scratch, I appreciate Kid Capri, I appreciate them both, but yeah, especially with the what D Nice did, this, getting people like motherfucker rock everybody from the pandemic, shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I figured like, yo, Chris, man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand like he was trying to, Bronx and stuff. Oh, and it was cool with not Jason Scratch did with 513 up for Jason Short.
That's one of his famous routines. He's been doing that routine for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But every time he does a show, he does it. When he turntable, come back up with the mask.
Yeah, that was dope. Man, that was dope. Him keeping it there.
I think Kid Capri was getting a little mad because Kid Capri was throwing little shots at him. So Kid Capri. Now this is another thing that was controversial. When Kid Capri started rapping, you remember that part?
Yeah.
Now when I watched, I think it was Dorothy Steele. One of them said that Kid Capri was actually dissing Kane. But I didn't take it that way. It sounded to me like he was just scratch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it. I was like, I don't think he was talking about Kane.
Because I think even because Kane, with the whole thing, talking about scratch on the power.
Right.
He was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then on top of that, that's like not really being considered because it's a celebration of the other two. Like you just hear the like, nah, you can't do like this is scratch show.
Yeah,
Scratch,
he's such a big DJ head. He loves it in battles. He's so competitive. I get why he was doing it, but you gotta relax. Like, this ain't your thing. You ain't both of y'all relax. Yeah. Let us do our thing.
Yeah.
That's why I said it would have been better if it was Marley Ball and Nice. Neither one of them would have been.
Nah, it would have been like, I don't think it would have been like that.
Right.
So they understood. They understand like this is legendary, and then shout out to DJs because on these shows, like DJs have been getting like accolades and stuff like that. I mean, well, I don't know about last Fat Joe.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy too, man, like Fat Joe, I ain't gonna say he won, lost, but why did he get to bring it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Which one? I mean, I didn't feel too bad about it,
right?
Because I understand, especially with him, kind of being under KRS. You know what I'm saying? And then, he actually spoke. Big Daddy Kane. He actually had him on interviews.
Yeah, maybe he has to do it. I don't know because I mean, he is cool with both of them. He says KRS is like his idol because of the whole Bronx thing. And KRS has kind of put him on stage early in his career to kind of help him get out there. And then he idolizes Kane as well because of such his lyricism. So I get it, you know what I mean? But I don't even think they really needed him, but still, it was cool. But what else? Did we miss any other features? We had the Juice Crew feature. I was wondering if they were going to bring out MC Shan. You know what I mean? When he
that'd have been crazy.
Right.
That would have been crazy.
But anyway, did we miss any features though? I think that was it.
Oh, the dancers, you definitely kind of about Crazy
Boys. Yeah,
shout out Crazy Boys.
Yeah, Doggy Diamonds was kind of downplaying the original, Puppet Hands.
Puppet Hands. Oh, yeah, my man. I was hollering. They go put got me holding the back. You don't even like grandpa. You don't like the fella. Puppet Hands.
I was like, y'all can stop. Y'all can listen now.
Oh, man.
I was happy because I wasn't expecting King to rebuttal that. They came out with Crazy Legs. I follow Crazy Legs on Instagram. He's pretty active. So I was happy to see him. I was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting this. But Kane was smarter because he had Crazy Legs who represented the old school. He also had a young kid who represented the new school. So,
and that's one thing, not to cut you out. That's something I was happy to see. I was happy to see black breakdance.
Oh yeah.
And Latino, because I know crazy is Puerto Rican. Yeah. But I was glad to see that. White boys and Asians over especially the fucking Red Bull, no offense. And I'm cool with them doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But like the Red Bull joint, it's always like it's like the white, it's always like white and Asian. You know what I'm saying? It's like white nation.
Yeah.
But it was really good to see black, Puerto Rican. But again, that's nothing. That's no slight against the Asians and the white people. Because it's a culture. I'm glad that y'all embraced it to elevate it to where y'all at. So yeah, I definitely want to. But I just want to make that.
But yeah, you good. But yeah, I thought those were some great guest appearances. Like I said, we were both a little disappointed with the ending. Because, they turned on self-destruction and then they turned it right back off. So it was like, oh, shit, you done got me hyped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you want to play the song. Even if you ain't got no guest appearance, you could at least play the shit.
Yeah, you could at least got like a verse on.
Yeah, something. So, and if you go back and listen to it, Kane, after his last song, KRS did like 4 songs in a row. You know what I mean? It was like, what the fuck?
This is something that I was going to say too. I found it really interesting that in the first round, like early, KRS started going into the middle. Yeah. I really found that very interesting because, especially with someone that already had an extensive catalog, I really found that very interesting. And one thing I will say about that too is I like the fact that he probably watched a couple to like, okay, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can bring this and do this. You know what I'm saying? But it was still kind of weird for me to like, well, you didn't at least like right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Not slighting them, but it was just weird.
Yeah, I remember he started off with Criminal Minded.
Yeah.
And Kane followed up with just Robin Biz. And I think I like Kane's approach better because Kane was probably just thinking, let me pay some respect to Biz, and show some of my old school stuff, and then we'll get into the heavy hitters. But KRS jumps right out the gate with Criminal Minded. It's like, I don't think I would do that out so early.
Yeah.
I think I would have saved that for a little bit later,
Yeah, there were certain song selections that KRS did that was kind of questionable to me.
Yeah.
To me. Not that they were bad songs. I'm just saying as far as the
yeah. But yeah, overall, man, it was just a dope experience.
Yeah, it was still great.
I loved it. I was a little skeptical about how it would go. I felt like it was going to be good, but it did exceed my expectations. I was like, are they going to be able to get the crowd as hyped as like the Jadakiss and the Lox vs. Dipset? Because with them being old school, a lot of these younger people may not appreciate them as much. But I think there was a lot more elders in the building who knew of their music and who could actually appreciate it. Oh, Little Daddy Shane, he had him there.
Yeah.
What, Eric Gillistain?
Yeah. Yeah, and I shout out to Big Daddy Kane doing that because like all the motherfuckers shooting shots at Fat Joe.
Right.
It's like there's other people in there, like you got fucking Busta. I mean, no offense to Fat Joe, but you got fucking Busta Rhymes. Yeah. You got all these fucking legends. Fat Joe's the only one. Like, come on, get the fuck out. Fuck out.
Yeah, that was crazy. But and then a lot of famous people was in the audience, of course. I saw Ben Wonder was in the audience.
Yep.
Right here in North Carolina. But Swiss Beats, of course, was there. I don't think Timberland was there.
Should have been there.
Should have been. It's his baby, both of them came up.
He could have learned something.
Right. Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, he met KRS. I mean, well, not KRS-One, but still, he came like Timberland beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit would be crazy.
Man.
Woo! Oh man, that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I think that was pretty much all I wanted to say. About the verses. Talk about their song choices.
Yeah.
How they compared against appearances. Do you want to mention anything else?
Yeah, like you said, there was like I'm gonna go piggyback off you what you said. Like, yeah, it exceeded expectations, but it's definitely a good show where it exceeds expectations, but there was more stuff they could have done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not that it was like it would take her, you know what I'm saying? Like it would take, like it's taken away that they didn't do that. But there was definitely more stuff that could be done. There definitely more, like even, you know, we talked about the features alone. They could have went in that feature bag. They went in that feature bag, son. That shit would be crazy. That shit would have been crazy. They ain't there to shoot up the whole damn list.
Right. I need to be somebody behind the scenes to coordinate the verses. I can be like, yo, this, I'm telling you, son, this is how you need to do it. You do this, you do that, blah, blah, blah. End it off with this. Because, I mean, they ended it off with Class of 87.
If they had done KRS did Class.
Yeah.
And brought Primo up and fucking got like Rock Kennedy, Nas, and Kanye West. But it's fucked up very good. It should have been over. Should have been over.
And that's a more newer song, but even if they did something old like Self-Destruction, that should have been over.
Yeah. And then Kane could have brought Jay-Z out. And everybody was like, and I'm going to say this too. One thing I learned about this whole verse is that Big Daddy Kane is the perfect MC. And what I mean by that, he's like the whole package. Yeah. He's got the sex appeal. Yep. He's got the he can dance. He can perform. He got hard lyrics. He did pop stuff or mainstream. I would say mainstream. He worked with like giants like Prince, you know, Teddy Riley. He can still do that and still go street. He still goes, you know, there's a song he did with like K, so he was down south shit. Right. Like Kane is if it gets no better than like it's Kane. Right. It's Kane. KRS kind of represents like I ain't gonna say he's not. I'm not gonna say he's not perfect.
Yeah,
but I think
he leans a certain size.
He leans, yeah. He's kind of like the hair in the back.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can't really do. He don't do pop stuff or anything like that. Right. But he's like strictly like, yeah, this.
He's got more of the people element.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he does always try to appreciate the dancers. He just don't do nothing himself. But he tries to make sure he covers that element.
And that's another thing too. I was disappointed in. We didn't see any graph writing. We didn't see any graffiti writing. Yeah. I would love to see like, and I know it would have been kind of hard to push that in there, but if they could have got like, you know, Face 2 did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But if they got someone that was renowned to do like a little piece real quick, like when they came out to the stage, something did a piece. That's what man. And they would have had like the 4 elements there. That'd be great. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, again, like I know they couldn't have done all.
Yeah, but that would have been dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm still on a high from that.
Yo,
so
really?
I've been anxious to talk about it, so I'm sorry if we ran a little bit. But yeah, we both been just waiting.
This show about damn near 2 hours. Right. He never did that.
Right. But yeah, so you know, we'll definitely be back next week. We'll probably talk more about like the saga.
Yeah.
That's the ongoing thing, and hopefully we'll hear about the next verse by then. But I'm still hoping that you can be on UFC or LL to bust the man. Either one of those will blow my
I
mind.
like EPMD. Just thinking about it. I was thinking Public Enemy, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
that Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a battle. Just with those sounds. And then with the Bomb Squad, they can bring back God, man. Oh, man.
Oh. But yeah, man, like I said, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else?
That's it. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
All three. This has been episode 182.
182.
Please don't forget, hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters. I see a Umar Johnson person with Tariq Nasheed, you know. Fellas, y'all settle it this way. You know, on the stage in front of the crowd.
I'm like, hey, Swiss Beats tonight. Right. Having me on the team. And yeah, the one of the battles be like, yeah, don't say things 3 times.
Right. Tariq Nasheed be like, where the school at, bro? Where the school at?
The school is coming, being allocated.
Right.
The funds are being allocated in the school. Yeah. The funds are being, yep. Umar, you already said it.
Right.
Umar, can't say it. I'm going to make this point. The funds have been allocated.
Oh, man, that would be the shit. Oh. But anyway, man, for episode 182, this is your man, Kurt. This is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all next time, all right?
Peace.